There's only one way to say this. You messed up. You blew it. You goofed.
Jedi Bob, that's like 3 different ways.
Joe Deckelmeyer, Screen Rant. Bobby, you are incredible as Jedi Bob.
Met before?
What's up?
We've met before, right? I've seen you before. I've seen your stuff on Screen Rant. Yeah, hi, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. How are you?
Talked about this exact project. Now that I've got to see it, it is incredible. I think this is the perfect way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Star Wars and Legos together. And it's a fantastic story. Great multiverse story, but just a fantastic story at its core. Tell us a little bit about Jedi Bob and his origin, and also, if you know, the origin of the action or the Lego figure of Jedi Bob.
Of course, I have it right here. This was my Jedi Bob when I got cast. I already had it. I think it was like in between Attack of the Clones and maybe somewhere around Attack of the Clones, they released a Lego set that was just the like Republic gunship with a couple like figures, and one of them was just Jedi. And just Jedi with the trademark symbol. And he had a beard and he was smiling. And I think just collectors started finding that amusing. And he became very expensive to get on eBay. And they nicknamed him Jedi Bob. And I bought that figure because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And then months later, I got a phone call from 2 friends saying, "You want to play Jedi Bob?" And now we're here, and I can't believe it.
That is incredible. I also heard that one of the coolest stories Dan and Benji told me was that you when you got cast, you actually brought the figure in, and then you brought it with you with every recording session. Can you talk about that a little bit?
It's this one. Yes, it's a little embarrassing, I guess. Not embarrassing.
No, not at all.
Not at all. I got cast at it. When they cast me at it, I had it, and this was in the room, and I felt very lucky. So I brought it to the first one to show them. I was like, yeah, this was the one I had. And then every time I recorded, I brought it with me. I brought it with me to this interview. I'm going to the premiere. Maybe I'll bring it with me. Ask me. I might have it in my pocket.
Oh, that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look, you're no stranger to the Star Wars universe. You've been a part of this universe before. And I know, man, you're hilarious as Jedi Bob, but you actually bring a lot of emotional depth to the character also. Tell me about finding Bob's voice and getting into the character of Jedi Bob.
It was fun. I mean, like, it's not something, I don't think I would be cast in live action as like an Obi-Wan Kenobi type. And in this, I got to do it. And like, I tried to take it, Jedis have this air of regalness to them, but the reality is they're just a bunch of dudes like the rest of us following what they believe is right. And, so I tried to do that. I tried to be a guy who was pretending to be a lot more important than he is, while also just being a guy who tried very hard to get where he was.
Incredible.
Yeah, super fun.
That's incredible. Now, one thing I love about this is that this is for everybody. It doesn't matter what you've seen about Star Wars. If you haven't seen Star Wars at all, I think this works on every single level. But at the same time, it almost feels like I was picking up my Legos and kind of playing out this story because it was so much fun. Talk to me about working with Dan and Benji to kind of craft this story and the character.
Dan and Benji are the best. They're 2 brilliant writers who love what they write about. And Benji is a gigantic fan of Legos and knew everything about it. And both of them Star Wars fans. And just them figuring out how to write a funny Star Wars alone is pretty amazing because It's hard to do comedy in Star Wars. But I think what makes this so special is what you said, is they started from, what if we just gave people a big bucket of Star Wars Legos and let them play with it? What would happen? And that's kind of what this feels like. It's just like mix and match and silliness, and we don't have to worry about rules or canon of the Star Wars, thing, but there also is a seriousness to it. There's a lot of, Jedi Bob has a lot of like speeches and it's fun to do and it's fun to play. And I can't believe I get to do it. I just saw the trailer again and I was like, when I say punch it, I was like, I said punch it in the Star Wars. I can't believe it. In the Falcon.
That's incredible. Absolutely. Falcon. You're living out your best life, man. And I'm here for it. Now, tell us about the Cornerstone.
I can't. I would have to kill you. Sorry. No, the Cornerstone. It's the piece, the glowing piece in the Lego universe that keeps everything together. If the Cornerstone is removed, then everything is all mixed up. And I have a funny feeling that might happen in the first 20 to 23 minutes of the film.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, there's so many iconic Star Wars actors that have reprised their roles for this, which is absolutely incredible. And I got to point out Mark Hamill. Can you talk to me about what was like working with Mark Hamill in a Star Wars project and getting to share the screen with him and your character interacting with Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, it's nuts. It made me realize that I am a very lucky person with a very lucky job. I spent 9 years on Saturday Night Live where you're in an environment where it's a possibility that someone from your favorite television show is going to come on your television show and you are going to dress up as a character from your television show with them. So I was very used to that. It was a very weird feeling that I got a lot. I was like, oh, I'm with the whole Mad Men cast, or I'm with all of these people from this movie. And then all of a sudden now I'm in a Star Wars with Mark Hamill and Anthony Daniels and Ahmed Best. And it's crazy.
Billy D. Yeah.
Yeah. Billy. I haven't had that feeling in 10 years, but I used to have it all the time. And now I have it again. And I feel extremely, extremely lucky.
Now, we sadly lost James Earl Jones yesterday. He's such an iconic actor and straight up legend. Can you share any of your fondest memories of James Earl Jones?
I mean, all of his work, but, my wife got to work with him. She was on Broadway for many, many years, and she got to work with him, and just seeing how kind and absolutely wonderful he was to her, and just what a great human he still was in Hollywood at the end, towards the end of his career, pure class and talent, that guy. And
absolutely. Absolutely. Now look, Jedi Bob, Sig and Dev, Yessi, Servo, and Ewok Bounty Hunter. Which one do you honestly think has the best chance to make it to live action? And which one would you like to see first in live action?
Jedi Bob.
Jedi Bob. Hey, I'm putting it out there. Jedi Bob, Obi-Wan season 2. Let's make it happen.
No, I also want to see Fancy Maul in. I like Gentleman Maul, best dressed Maul. That's my favorite character in this series. Is that one? I may have already made him on my own, so that I have.
Oh, that's incredible! Absolutely incredible. Now, look, I'm really hoping we get a sequel to this. Where would you like to see Bob go next? That'd be interesting if they rebuilt the universe again and Bob is a Sith this time. But where would you like to see?
Oh, I like that. That's really cool. I mean, that's very Luke. That's wonderful. I'm going to be thinking about that all day. I don't know, just more. I just I love anything in Star Wars. So being a part of it is wonderful. I would be extremely happy and lucky if they did more of these.
Now, look, I know that you're a hardcore Star Wars fan. For you, what has been the holy grail either item to see or maybe behind the scenes thing that you haven't seen? Because mine is seeing In Sync as the Jedis that were rumored in episode 2. I would love to see that at some point in the library. It's your holy grail for Star Wars.
Oh, now that you say that, now I want the original casting of, Ahmed Best is the best, but I would love to see Michael Jackson, Jar Jar Binks, because it was almost Michael Jackson. And did you hear that Tupac Shakur was cast as Mace Windu?
No way.
Yeah.
What?
Tupac Shakur was supposed to be Mace Windu, and it went to Samuel L. Jackson. And I think I forget if it was because he passed away or we almost got Tupac in Star Wars, and that is my favorite thing. Google it.
I think you just blew my mind in this.
Yeah. Google it. It's nuts.
Absolutely.
But that NSYNC one, that footage is out. That footage exists.
I know, right? It's crazy to me that it stayed buried this long. If I ever run into Kathleen Kennedy, that's the first and only question I want to ask her is, when are we going to get to see the NSYNC cut?
There's actually a possibility I may run into her. It'll be first I'll say thank you, and then I'll ask her that.
Oh, then we got to catch up and find out. We got to see what's going on with this. Look, Bobby, thank you so much for your time, man. You're absolutely incredible. I love this series, and I'm just geeking out with you about Star Wars. I got my Jackson shirt on. You know what's up, man.
I like it.
Well, Bobby,
we need Jackson and Lego.
Hey, him and Dash Rendar is what I would love to see next. I'll tell you what.
Ooh, very nice.
Love to see it. Bobby, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Take care.
Time to go!
You have a lightsaber. Fight them.
Yeah, Jedi Bob.
Don't call me Jedi Bob!